What is going on? You're listening to episode 283 of the Nintendo Powercast. I'm your host, N64 Josh, Player 2 Nightcrawler. What's up, dude?
Hey, how's it going? And it's Crawler coming at you.
All right, that music you just heard is from On Being Human. Make sure to check them out on Spotify and YouTube. Remember, this is an unofficial Nintendo podcast. And if you'd like to get my book on Audible, head on over to n64josh.com/audible. If you want to get the physical copy, you can head over to n64josh.com/anothercastle. And there's also a Kindle version available. With that, let's jump into the announcements.
Listen.
All right, Animal Crossing podcast is happening. It's alive and well. Go check it out wherever you listen to shows. The Smash Bros. Cast was almost going to get recorded tonight, and then I had something come up. So it is going to happen this week, though, I think. Hopefully. We'll see. Maybe. It's still, we want to do it. We want to do it. We love Smash. We love it. We love it so much that there's a tournament this weekend. Starts at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to register, n64josh.com/smash tournament. And
we checked it. It works.
It works. We checked it out ahead of time. It's a $20 prize for first place, $10 for second, and $5 for third. So head on over and sign up. We'd love to have you. I think we had like 30 people last time. It's a great time. I stream it on Twitch. We do like I got Morse Code from chat is going to be joining me for half of the tournament for commentary, and Crawler should be joining me for the later half, so it'll be a good time. Twitch chat podcast is going on. You know, I think I'm just going to put that up on YouTube, so if you want to see what's going on with that, go check it out there. The few episodes are still in the podcast player, but for now, I think I'm just going to put it on YouTube, and if I start getting a lot of feedback saying they want it, you guys want it in audio form, let me know. But right now it's on YouTube, so youtube.com/n64josh. Stream Vibes is up on Spotify if you need music to listen to while you're just chilling out or while you're streaming so you don't get a copyright strike. You can just look for N64Josh on Spotify. There's about 3 hours of music there. Mario Kart's happening Mondays and Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Game Club's playing through Donkey Kong Country right now, and Saturday morning Splatoons is still going on. That's 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings. With that, we could jump on over to what we've been playing. Crawler, how's this last week been for you? What you been playing?
It's been good. I played some more Paper Mario this weekend. Trying to think. I beat the boss on World 4. So I did the 3 little shrines, which actually weren't as big and like Zelda like as I was kind of hoping. I had kind of held off on doing that when we had talked last week, and we did that on Saturday, and then went through the actual boss area and beat the boss. I forget what it was. I think it was a tape dispenser. I love the bosses. Like, we had colored pencils and a hole punch and tape dispenser. There's all sorts of funny paper enemies that you get to fight in this game, so it's been pretty entertaining.
Yeah, that's great.
But yeah, that's been good. So I got a new area to go start. I think I've saved just at the end of the boss. I haven't really progressed much further than that, so I need to go see where we're headed next into World 5, and I'm slowly making my way through it, but there's nothing big, anything on the horizon right now for Nintendo, so they're letting us take our time until October, I guess, unless they're going to hit us with something big and surprising. Been playing Fall Guys. I pulled the trigger, even though I had it for free on PlayStation. I pulled the trigger on PC and bought Fall Guys a second time. Well, not bought it, but I bought it a first time, but got it for a second time.
There you go.
And been playing with Pudding and some other people in Discord, and wins seem to be easier on PC. I don't know if it's larger player base or younger player base, or I don't know, but I'm sitting at like five or six wins, and they're really satisfying to get when you get those wins. So
that's awesome. That's great.
Yeah. So, and it's been great to watch their Twitter feed and Twitch and everything they've been doing with that. I think they have a Twitch Rivals tournament coming up here pretty soon. That I mean, they've quickly gotten into the secret sauce that is social marketing and all that kind of stuff with streamers and social presence on Twitter. So they've done a really good job, and they're supposed to be talking like the season 1 for Fall Guys is supposed to go for another like I think 30 or 40 days, and they're already talking about season 2 at a panel at Gamescom on Friday. So maybe we'll see some Switch and Xbox news coming sometime soon. We'll see. That would be nice to see, and I would like to have it on additional platforms and play with more people and just make it a fun game. Maybe eventually we'll get our own private servers to be able to fill a Discord and just go at it. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
But yeah, so that, and then I played a little bit more Double Kick Heroes. And if you've been waiting on that, I know Josh didn't pick it up. It's coming to Game Pass on Friday, I think. So that'll be coming out soon, so you can check that out there on Xbox if you have the means to do that. But it's a fun rhythm game. We'll be talking about some more rhythm games here in a little bit.
Yeah. Did you play it with just the Joy-Cons yet?
I haven't tried the drumming with the Joy-Cons. I need to. I'll try that here later on today.
That's all the only thing I'm interested in, because I don't care. I said it in my video earlier about the Direct. Like, I don't care to play rhythm games by pressing buttons on a controller. It's just not that entertaining for me.
Yeah, it's just mindless.
There
is the strategy in Double Kick Heroes with fire the gun on the top of the screen or the bottom of the screen kind of deal. But other than that, like, it hasn't progressed more out of that elementary stage of just that. I'm hoping maybe it does with maybe cymbals or something, because I think you're playing as the drummer of the band on the back of the car as you're playing, so maybe they'll add some additional kind of button combinations that you need to do later on in the game, but I haven't gotten there yet. And then I downloaded, trying to think if I downloaded anything crazy. I think I talked about it last week. I haven't played it yet, but Bastion and Transistor I downloaded, so those are there. But yeah, and then I played Mario Kart. Obviously we play that every week, and then I did get to Champion, I think, on Splatoon. I didn't play a ton, but a little bit on Saturday. I played 2 games with you where we got our butts whooped. One was a 10 times battle that we lost. But then I did redeem myself later on in a 10 times battle, and then got a few wins, and we prevailed, and Team Chicken won. So we were both on the right side of this Splatfest. So
the right side of history for this Splatfest.
Yep. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, same with me. It's been Mario Kart and Splatoon, a little bit of Animal Crossing. I do want to remind everybody, like, if you have been kind of not playing much Animal Crossing, remember that there's going to be some different bugs and fish and stuff that are going away for August, so don't miss out on that if you want to try to keep that Critterpedia completely full. I know that's the one thing, and honestly, it's where I have the most fun right now with that game. It's just, like, I'm anticipating, some kind of DLC for it that's going to give us some more areas, and I'm hoping anyway. And but yeah, just hunting bugs and fishing is a lot of fun. I've picked up a few games. I picked up the Ace Attorney collection when it was on sale. I picked up some kind of ninja game. I can't remember which one though. I can't remember what it was called. I didn't. I don't know. They're both on my Lite, and I haven't touched my Lite in quite a while. So yeah, that they just sit. But yeah, it's been Mario Kart. I even did some Mario Kart today. There were some people that wanted to play after I did the Twitch chat podcast, and it was cool. I'm slowly making my way to 23K, almost there. So still having some. What's crazy is there's still things to learn with that game. Like we were working on it today, like trying to get the timing down.
I was critiquing you on your starts.
Yeah, because there is the exact moment to get the absolute fastest boost right at the beginning, and so I've always been pretty just like, oh, here's a roundabout time to get it, and I just I get it and go. But if you can hit.
As I go blazing past you,
there are times, I'm like, oh, he got the best one right there. So, that's been cool. There's also a way to dodge shells by using the wall. If you just get close to the wall, you can take out red shells. I think you have to hit the wall, so it does slow you down, but red shells will hit the wall right behind instead of hitting you, which is something I've got to start incorporating into my play. One of the things I've been doing a lot, and I had some crazy banana snipes today. I launched a banana over it was the end of the second lap, and I launched it over on Neo Bowser City over the starting line, and hit the guy in first and was able to scoot by. But then today on Mario Circuit, there was a blue shell coming after me in first. I threw my banana peel ahead and then hit the oil slick, and the guy passed me and then hit my banana that I threw ahead, and I was still able to get first. So it's always a wild time at Mario Kart. So yeah, I really love it. So with that,
you've been getting the mushroom dodges down pretty well too.
Yeah, not too bad. I almost had 2 in one race. I just missed the timing a little bit on the last one, but
it's so rare that I smuggle a mushroom up to first. I have very little practice on mushroom dodging blue shells.
What's been weird is that I find it's happening more and more, but I can tell you one of the things that I've been focusing on a lot is trying to make sure that I'm taking the innermost line, like the fastest line possible, and I'm finding that there are times that I'm able to win races just because people end up going wide on the last corner. I have no items that I'm able to hit them with, but I just focus on getting as close to that inside edge as possible around the final corners.
I try to hold that inside line all the time.
Yeah, and it has paid off significantly, and even at times if I'm like, okay, should I go for the double item box or should I just take the inside line? And I'll take the inside line, and it ends up putting me so far ahead that the blue shell doesn't even do enough to get people to catch up, you know. I did have a race today where I got hit with a blue, dodged a red, and then got hit with another red, and they were able to pass me, but it was like, yeah, what do you do in that situation? There's not a lot. So
that's where the items beat you in Mario Kart, not the racer.
Exactly. So all right, well, hey, let's jump over to the news. So I woke up this morning and there was a tweet from Nintendo and an email from Nintendo saying Direct, and I was like, oh, okay, when's the date? And they're like, no, it's right now. Here's the Direct. It's happening.
I was already working, and I saw your comment about going live in like 10-15 minutes or whatever for the podcast this morning, and then you're like, and after we'll discuss the Direct. I'm like, there was a Direct. And so I didn't check Twitter enough this morning, I guess, and so I went to their YouTube page, and there it was, 11 like 11 minutes or something like that.
Yep.
I don't understand the marketing team at Nintendo. I really don't.
It's strange. It's so weird. I mean, they told us they were going to start doing things a little bit differently, but like, I don't know. I feel like they keep just giving us, like, we want the main course, and they keep giving us appetizers that aren't that great, you know?
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that. They're not that great for me, right? I know there's some people that are stoked about a lot of these games we're going to be talking about, but there's nothing that I'm all that stoked about. I'm also in kind of a weird place with gaming right now where it's like, it's not a high priority for me. I'm doing so many other things and creating on so many different fronts right now that gaming is kind of taking a back seat. So I'm waiting for like that big Mario title or a Mario Kart, something that's going to really pull me back in, and nothing's happening right now for me. So let's talk about it. Direct Mini Partner Showcase. We have a link to in the show notes here, heading over to YouTube. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory.
This is something I mean, this is a common thing. I think somebody said it in Twitch chat today. It was like, I think it was Pudding. It was just a bunch of rehashing of stuff we already knew had been announced, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, so this was something, I think we talked about this almost 2 months ago. This was announced, this Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. It's a rhythm game that is hit the button to the beat of the music, I guess, and it's going to have... I think the one thing that I'm not a huge Kingdom Hearts fan. I have the HG or the collection or whatever, and then I have 3 that I haven't played yet. But I know Kingdom Hearts fans always get some little thing if they care about the story, which most of them do. There's like the small games that came to all the handhelds and stuff. They had exclusive little story pieces that were in there, and they even made a point in this trailer to talk about there's going to be one new little story aspect. And so it's like, it's just how they get those diehard Kingdom Hearts fans to buy all the games, because if they want to keep up with the story, which is massive and very difficult to wrap your head around unless you've been playing since the beginning, they suck you in that way by getting that one little piece of story mixed in there that is exclusive to the one new game. But that's going to be there, and it's going to have cinematic stuff that you can go back and watch, and then I think a boss battle mode and all sorts of stuff. So it seems like it's going to be a decent sized game for what it is. I mean, for it being a rhythm game, but it's there. It's got Disney music and all sorts of other stuff in it.
I'll be honest, I watched most of this direct. As soon as I saw the game, I fast forwarded. I just was like, okay, all right, next. There just wasn't a lot for me, and it's fine. It is what it is. At least we're getting some news, but like, it's oftentimes just not the news we were wanting, and it's interesting. Fuser's another rhythm game, right? From what I could tell, anyway.
Yeah, and I'm looking at it right now because I think it's out already on Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's from Harmonix, so I mean it's from a studio that knows how to do rhythm games. This is kind of a you play like a DJ at a festival, and you get to go pick through a big selection of licensed music that's popular to the dance and EDM and rap and all sorts of like popular music, and then you get to mix it in, and you kind of get to, I don't know how much control you actually have of how the music progresses, but you have these 4 or 5 different tracks that you get to mix and match the drum beat or the rhythm or the melody, that you get to kind of mix it all in together and fuse it as the title lets you know what you're doing.
Right.
But yeah, so it's something that, again, got a Switch delay that they have to work out the special kinks that they need to be able to either fit it onto the Switch or make it not look like crap. But it's coming out in that we didn't get a date. It's just fall 2020. So something that's already out that is eventually here coming to Switch.
Right. What's this? Taiko no Tatsujin? Is that how you say it? I don't even know, but
I was gonna let you tackle it. I'm yes.
Yeah, I think that's how you say it. Rhythm Adventure Pack. So again, as soon as I saw it, I knew it wasn't a game I was interested in. I just fast forwarded. But it Rhythm Adventure Pack. So is it just DLC?
No. So it's a combo pack. It's like 2 RPG rhythm games that. It's Adventure 1 and Adventure 2, I guess. So it's
okay.
It's an RPG game where you're collecting monsters or people to help you defeat enemies, and you attack to the beat, and it's another rhythm game.
World of Tanks Blitz, free to play, out now. I mean, I may check it out, but it's a game that's been around forever, and it never piqued my interest. Back on Xbox.
It's been on Xbox for a long time. It's been on PC. I'm not sure if it's on PlayStation, but it's a free to play game, so I think they monetize it inside the game, so there's cosmetic and other things to buy inside there. That's how they make their money. And I believe this game is fairly popular in like Russia, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's been on Xbox for a while. I've never really picked it up. There's all sorts of free incentive stuff on Twitch Prime all the time, but I never really have gotten into the game. But it's there. It's something free to play, which is never a bad thing, especially if it's a well-regarded free to play game and it's not just shovelware. It's something for little Jimmy to pick up and play if he just got a Switch and doesn't have many games.
Yeah, there you go. This was probably the game that piqued my interest the most. This Big Rumble Boxing. Creed Champions. I remember back in the day.
How long has it been since Big Rumble Boxing? I have a Nintendo 64 cart of Big Rumble Boxing.
Right. Yeah, it's been a while for sure. So, and I don't remember playing much of Big Rumble Boxing. I loved back in the day Fight Night. Those were incredible games. Like, just the damage that you could do to somebody's face, and the knockouts were always just over the top. It didn't look quite as good as
it's arcadey. I mean, and that's what Big Rumble Boxing has always been. It's been more arcadey.
Sure.
They had like the big head. It was like playing on GoldenEye big head mode all the time on Big Rumble Boxing.
And I like that. That's how Fight Night was. Fight Night, even though it was, supposedly there was very subtle arcade elements to it, kind of like WCW versus NWO. Like, it was a wrestling game, but it was very much an arcade style wrestling game, right? And so I hope this is cool. The cast was great. It was like Blast from the Past with Rocky and Mr. T, and seeing what's the guy's name? The big
Ivan.
Yeah, Ivan. Yeah. Dolph Lundgren. So yeah,
I'll crush you.
Right, exactly. So I'm kind of hopeful for that one, but we'll just have to see. That's not going to be out until next year anyway, and local multiplayer only. So that right there, that's
kind of a bummer. That's why I put it in there. I was like, And they even talked about it in the direct. I was like, oh, you could have left that out and probably kept some of the hype going.
Yeah. But I mean, it's that's good that they're honest, because people get pretty upset about it if they're not told. So, collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend, December 15th. This was kind of cool, just the fact that it was Game Boy games, and it's like I've personally been wanting Game Boy games to make their way to the Switch. I loved having Game Boy games on my 3DS, and it's honestly, it's one of those things that, like, what is going to happen with Nintendo Switch Online? September is in
2 years,
in like a week, and we don't have, like, what's new with online? Anything? Are we going to see anything new? We don't know.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have Game Boy games, 64 games, right? Like, drip feed both those. Don't just announce it with one game each, and then just slowly put them out so that because I feel like they fizzled their own like spark when it came to the Super Nintendo, because didn't we get like 15 games off the bat? It was a lot. It was like having the SNES Classic almost all over again.
Yeah, and then they just kind of, a month or two later, they're like, yeah, we're gonna slow this down. It'll come out sometimes, but not regularly. Whereas if they had only given us like even half of what they had given us at the beginning, and then drip fed some of those games out and kept getting some classic NES games, and maybe Nintendo needs to go to bat. Like, I know it's hard to sell to some of these bigger publishers that have bigger games that are synonymous with the NES and Super NES, or the NES and Super NES, like getting Chrono Trigger or something like that. But go try to cultivate something with those developers and get rights to get some of those games, especially get the full roster of the NES Classic and SNES Classic on there. That'd be nice. But I mean, they aren't manufacturing those anymore, so it's not like they're gonna hurt their own sales if they do that. Yeah,
I mean, Mario RPG would be huge for a lot of people. They really want to see that game. It'd be nice. Is Earthbound on there yet?
No.
So that's another one too. That would be nice. There's a handful of titles on there that I mean, there's quite a few. And even on the NES. But again, I think a lot of it is just lost in licensing. Some of these games are owned by companies that don't even exist anymore. So it's like, what do you do at that point? So,
and then music licensing is a big deal. If a game is past its renewals or anything like that, then a game with music that's specifically licensed for that can't be released out in the public for free or for payment. So it's like, it's just lost the time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It would really be great, honestly, if they struck up some kind of a deal with like if they want to sell Nintendo Switch Online, if they want to sell it, get all the Ninja Turtle games onto the Switch. Who
owns those now?
I assume Nickelodeon has, and I think THQ works with Nickelodeon. I think. But I mean, those would be stellar, and I'm talking all of them. 1, 2, 3, and Tournament Fighters, both on the NES and on the Super Nintendo, plus Turtles in Time.
And 89 Arcade.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I think you and I both have 89. I only have 89 Arcade on Xbox, and I think you have Turtles in Time and 89 Arcade.
Yeah, and I think I have X-Men. I have a handful of really cool arcade ROMs from back then. So, yeah, it would really be nice to see something with Nintendo Switch on.
I guess it's not lost forever because Arcade 1-Up has licensing for it. So somebody legal somewhere has the wherewithal to get it done. So
right. And even if those came out as like arcade archives, right? That's a thing that and it's like we keep getting games from like the early 80s, you know, like it's okay. Like
they did Super Punch Out Arcade, like
right,
which is kind of weird that it's on Nintendo Switch Online, but then it's also in Arcade Archives as well. I know it's a little bit different because it's the arcade versus the home console release, but it's still very similar.
What is this? I mean, Punch Out's there, right? Remember the whole thing with Eric trying to beat Glass Joe? Those good times. Those were good times. So
I haven't booted it up in a while. Do we even have original Punch Out on the NES?
Yeah. It's just featuring Mr. Dream.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that was one of the later. It came as one of the drips later on. That's right.
I believe so. Yeah. So the Collection of Saga Final Fantasy Legend looks. I mean, again, because it's Game Boy games, like I'm kind of secretly collecting all the Final Fantasy games on the Switch anyway, the ones that are at least the physical games, you know. So I'll probably pick that one up, but as far as the gameplay and something that I'm actually gonna play, I don't know. Just Dance 2021. I mean, cool. Ubisoft third party. Thank you for being on the Switch. But where's Mario plus Rabbids 2, or where's Starlink 2, or anything else that like give me a Metroid third person in the style of Assassin's Creed. I don't care at this point. Just give me something.
Ubisoft just had Hyperscape come out, and it's like, I'm sure that's built to scale, and get it on the Switch.
Yeah,
because if you can, they might be able to take some of Apex's share away if they can beat Apex to the Switch with Hyperscape. I don't know if they're planning on that or not, but if you can get your game on more platforms and in more people's hands, then that helps it. And Hyperscape had a lot of the wind taken out of its sails with Fall Guys and some other stuff coming out, because Hyperscape was the new thing that came out in June, and
right.
they had a lot of influencers playing, and they had some tournaments and all that kind of stuff. And it's only on I don't even know if it's on consoles.
Nope, it's just PC.
Okay, so yeah, they got to get it out there and get some more players playing it.
I mean, Apex honestly is going to really scratch the shooter itch for me once it finally gets here. But when we don't know. And going back just a little bit too, Devolver does have a spot on tomorrow night's Gamescom, so we may hear something about Fall Guys tomorrow night coming to Switch, at least an announcement, you know. So
we can only hope.
Puyo Puyo Tetris 2.
They're usually pretty straight up. They'll probably even address the fact that the Switch controller was found in the source code on PC.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, December 8th. I mean,
more of a good thing. I mean, I have Puyo Puyo 1.
Same.
I mean, it was for a while there, that was the only way to get a great Tetris game on Switch. And now we have Tetris 99, and Tetris 99. It's been a while since I've gone into the off. I bought the $10 DLC or whatever for Tetris 99, and I don't know. Does it have a battle mode with friends? I know you can do just regular Tetris 99 private match.
I think you could do 2-player, like, I believe.
So I mean, that for the main reason, that's why I kind of bought it, is just to have a way to play people if I wanted to, because Tetris is Tetris and you want to have it. So, but I wonder if this will sell as well now that there is that free option with Tetris 99. But I don't know. It was Tetris 99 or Puyo Puyo 1 was good.
Yeah, and the demo, I know a lot of people just downloaded the demo because it was like, well, I can pretty much play this full game from the demo. So, I think I even got some goofy keychain or something with that game when I got the physical, it's like in its own box, like in a cardboard box. So, yeah, my closet's closed, so I can't see up there right now. But let's see here. Moving right along, Minecraft Dungeons Creeping Winter DLC, September 2020, which we knew was coming. Jump Force Deluxe Edition
coming out in 2 days.
Yeah,
that was I don't know if that was formally announced somewhere else, but I know that online retailers were talking. I was seeing deals on that already, so it's like that was known about on Switch. But yeah, it's just rehashing more stuff that we kind of knew about. And Jump Force was not well received when it first came out. Was that last summer? I don't remember when it originally came out, but it's a 3D arena fighter with lots of Dragon Ball and other
that's right,
manga fighters,
lots of cartoon stuff. And then
you said it, not me. I said it correctly.
Captain Tsubasa, I don't even know how to say it. Rise of New Champions.
It's a weird, like, Japanese arcadey soccer game. I don't know.
Yeah, I was just this direct seemed to lean heavily towards the East, which I mean, hey, cool, you got people everywhere that are going to be buying these games, so right on. And then Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered, we're finally getting a GameCube game on the Switch, right? So
and I know that has online play. I think it's limited to one person per Switch online, but like I know a lot of people were excited about that to kind of relive their Game Boy Advance plugged into the GameCube game or GameCube port childhood.
Oh yeah. So I'll probably pick this one up, just like I said, just because. I mean, who knows? It might be fun to play.
I'm sure there'll be people in the community that want us to make fools of ourselves, not understanding what we're doing.
Yeah, we should hop on stream together and play through some of it. It might be kind of fun. So there you go. There's the direct. We're gonna jump into our talking point real quick. So let's. This is so interesting, you guys. I cannot wait to talk about this. Here we go. Star Fox Grand Prix. Oh, remember how excited people were about this game? Right? Some people in the community. I remember seeing YouTube videos that were like, this is a for sure thing. I've talked with somebody from Retro. Like, I remember, there's pictures and everything. So, let's see here. This is the article from Nintendo Soup. Star Fox Grand Prix was a fake leak created by Nintendo to uncover leakers. What? This is hilarious. So, Crawler, what did you think about this when you saw it?
Well, you ended stream this afternoon talking about this, and I immediately pulled up Discord and I messaged you. I'm like, what is this story you're talking about? Do you have an article? And you sent it to me, and I'm like, oh man, that's something like straight out of James Bond. They're setting up, they're flushing out a mole in their own network. I mean, that's pretty much exactly what it is. Yeah. The little screenshot in the article is of two mock-ups of a logo, which I think we saw on these leaks from however long ago it was. Was that E3 last year when that was rumored? I
believe so.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, we've been talking about this game and wondering where it is for quite a while. And I mean, it's it's pretty intelligent. It's for Nintendo wanting for as tight-lipped as they usually are. Being this big of a leak that we were hearing about, it now makes a lot more sense that we heard so much about it, because Nintendo did want it to get out.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I wonder what happened. I wonder what some of the backlash was like, and I wonder who lost their jobs, who disappeared. Like,
well, and I mean, because there were two different logos, I'm wondering if they only told a select few of people that they were suspecting of this kind of stuff, or if they did it, maybe they sent internal emails slowly but surely to one person then the other, and just kind of waited to see where it followed the breadcrumbs. I mean, the article we saw was very bare bones with details on this, but I'm sure there is a lot behind the scenes of what they did and how they kind of hopefully flushed out whatever leaker they had inside, if not multiple leakers.
I'm seeing, all it did was link to, there's another link within the article, but it just links to somebody's Twitter. So yeah, that doesn't help much. I was hoping to see if there was any more info, but there's really not. But this, I mean, there were some people that were pretty. I mean, I remember like Delmonic in chat. He was like, "Oh, I can't wait for this game. I really want to play it. I'm so excited." And like, for some reason, in my gut feeling with this game was like, "This is not real. This is not." I always just had a feeling. I'm like, nah. But see,
well, that was kind of because it was kind of coming off. Was that before we had heard about Starlink? That was because Starlink was not this. I mean, obviously not this E3, but E3 was that year, or was that a year before that?
I believe it was the same year. But we also, you have to remember, we had so many Smash rumors and leaks and everything that it was like, at that point in time, I'm like, I don't believe anything at this point. Like, nothing is real. This is all fake. So it's just, I mean, yeah, if you think back, were there was Mario plus Rabbids leaks, right? That leaked early. Just thinking back, I'm like, were there other leaks back then? A little more, prevalent?
I mean, we had the Grinch leak as well,
but that ended up being fake.
Yeah.
Right? I'm trying to think back if there were more leaks that ended up being real, and since we've had like not many leaks at all. Like,
I mean, usually like a day or two before E3, somebody gets their hands on something, and there's enough contractors and other people that are around the floor at E3 that stuff leaks out. But no, I don't think so.
It seems like other than a retailer posting something,
which is all we've been going off lately, which is like the Skyward Sword and the Mario 35th Anniversary All-Stars kind of stuff. Like, that's all we're going off of is usually retailer mistakes.
Exactly.
And I mean, Xbox is dealing with that kind of mistakes right now too, with Target breaking street date on their controller, potentially releasing the release date of Series X.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. This is interesting. So the other talking point I want to get to is, according to RGT85, I was watching one of his videos. He said that there's a reported new Switch coming out, like a Switch Pro, and
I saw a tweet last night that made me just shake my head, because it was like, it's talking about Switch names, and it was like Switch I, new Nintendo Switch, Switch U, and something else. And I was like, oh man, Nintendo doesn't have the best track record for renaming something here.
It's gonna be the Super Switch. That's what it's gonna be.
But continue. Sorry.
Yeah, it'll be the Switch Lite I.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's the possibility of that. Supposedly, there is an investors meeting happening mid-September. You've got to think that there's going to be something announced so that because in my mind I start thinking, okay, if they announce, they announce Pikmin, but if they announce a Mario for September or Skyward Sword for December, if those things get announced and then they can be pre-ordered, they're gonna have that data, right? And when it gets to these investor meetings, it's like, hey, everything's going great right now.
I mean, everything's going great right now. Like, they can ride high into their investor meeting right now because they have the sales and they can't even meet demand right now. But investors want to know what they're going to do to combat PlayStation and Xbox coming in loud at the end of this year. So,
well, I think Xbox with no Halo got a lot quieter.
Yeah.
Right. It seems like PlayStation has a handful of games, but I mean, we've gone through enough console launches to know that it's like they can kind of be a ghost town as far as the games to play and even people to play them with, depending on the kind of supply and demand that's available. Right.
Yeah, and I mean, PlayStation has questions to answer because I think Xbox has pretty well solidified the fact that you will be able to play backwards with people on the Xbox One. But yeah, like PlayStation hasn't been very forthright with if it's going to be backwards, like PlayStation Network compatible. And then I think PlayStation really only has the Spider-Man Miles Morales expansion, kind of, I think, as its like sole exclusive.
Ratchet and Clank, Gran Turismo. I was talking about it with Eric in Discord this morning.
But I don't think those are coming out at launch. I don't think Gran Turismo is.
I thought he said it was a launch, but I didn't fact check it, right? I don't know for sure.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I don't know for sure either.
That's what I was mentioning in Discord after the direct mini. I was like, what are we playing? Like, what are we playing in November, right? After Pikmin is completed or already gets thrown into the backlog. Like, what are we playing? Even on other consoles, like what are people playing? Call of Duty? Madden just came out, but not on Switch.
I got a text today from Call of Duty saying I think they're getting ready to show off Cold War.
I believe so. Yeah. They keep talking about it in Warzone anyway. So, so again, I mean, yes, everything's riding high, but what are you and I and other people that are similar to us? What are they spending their money on Nintendo wise right now? This is probably the longest I've gone without buying something. I mean, I see Legos behind you, so you've purchased things that, that route. But like, you've got to think there's a handful of people that aren't spending much right now on. I mean, Nintendo does have a big sale going on right now, I believe. A lot of games are.
Yeah, even some first party stuff I think is on sale.
Yeah, I saw Luigi's Mansion. So,
but even going to the store, it's hard to find anything. Really, like I mentioned it, I think I mentioned it last week. I might have just talked about it to you, but I was at Walmart last week and there was a Switch there in the case, and I walked around the store a little bit and I went back to go look at something and it was gone. Like they are rare to see,
right?
Switch stuff. And I had heard on some other outlets that even like Xboxes and PlayStations were hard to find, and I didn't encounter that when I was at Walmart and Target. Like they seem to be in stock and doing okay, but Switch is the hot commodity.
My Target has not had a Switch or a Xbox. I'm sorry, any of the consoles. Just wow. Every time I go back there and look, they have nothing. Nothing. Maybe a couple Switch Lites periodically, but no Xbox, no PlayStation. So, yeah, it's a very interesting time for sure. And I mean, like I said, I'm in a place right now with gaming where it's like I need something big to kind of like get me pumped and get me like something that's going to make me take a little bit of time out of my day to play something, right?
Yeah, because Paper Mario hasn't even done that for you, right? Are you still at World 1?
No, I'm on the second world, but and I'm enjoying it, but it hasn't like.
And it's not. I don't feel like that's a great stream game to play. It's the pacing of it is a lot of reading. It's funny. It's funny writing, but it's not a great it's a good way to interact with chat, I guess, a little bit, but it is a lot of just walking around exploring. The battle system is not great, so it's not a great show game for streamers to put out there.
Right. And let you guys know too what I'm doing. I'm playing a ton of music. I have new YouTube channels going up, new brands being built, and so I'm very, very busy. But if you guys want to see what I'm doing, at least music wise, you can look for Josh Schmidt Music wherever Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all those places. So yeah, it's just...
I watched more Netflix this week as well. I watched all of the High Score documentary that we had talked about last week, and it was really good and interesting. I enjoyed it. They're like 45-minute or so long episodes, and I think you're about three quarters of the way through. And it's a good little fun history lesson on video games. And I was talking to somebody in Discord the other day after I was singing its praises, or maybe it was in chat. But I have Console Wars, the book, sitting around here somewhere that I bought a while ago, and I haven't read it yet. But it makes me want to sit down and actually put the time in and read it. Especially, I think is that movie still in production with Seth Rogen?
It's a TV show, from my understanding. So
okay,
yeah.
So yeah, that's something coming down the pipe.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a great little history on Nintendo and Sega and Atari even before that, and then just kind of where video games you got to know your past so you can see where you're going.
Yeah. It's very well done. Like, the production quality is right up there, and Charles Martinet, is the narrator through the whole thing. So, and
they have Mr. Kirby in there as well. They got some footage with him before he passed away, which was nice to see.
Yeah, it was really cool to see that. So my uncle was actually texting me. He's like, I didn't know they named Kirby after that lawyer. I was like, yep, absolutely.
The most powerful creature in the Nintendo universe.
Yeah. Cool. All right, well, let's wrap this thing up. Crawler, where can people find you?
You can find me hanging out in Discord, n64josh.com/discord. I am loving my time with Fall Guys, and so I think I'll get the stream up going here, and we'll try to get some people in. Working on, I'm working on getting a taunt in before I cross the line in first. That's an achievement in the game. So there's some races I was talking with Pudding last night that I've gotten pretty good at some of the early races in the game, and I tend just to lose in some of those really bad team games that I have bad teammates. But yeah, I'll get Fall Guys going here on stream here sometime soon. So Nightcrawler724, Nightcrawlers without the E, on Twitch.
Awesome. That's great. Guys, you can follow me everywhere at N64Josh, and do come over to the Discord. We'd love to hang out with you. We're getting new people in on Mario Kart nights every week. I had somebody from TikTok come over to the stream today, and they were like, I'm not very good, I don't want to play. I'm like, just add me on your friends list and jump in. And they were like, you know what, I had so much fun, it was a great time, like, just come play. Like, it's like, if it's one of those games that you can just hang out with the community and race and get frustrated and shoot each other with shells and listen to Crawler go, no.
Hey, I clipped you saying no today. But yeah, if you beat us, you're guaranteed to get a lot of points, because we have a lot to lose if you beat us.
This is true. That green shell that I almost sniped the guy with, and then it happened to ricochet directly into him, I couldn't believe it. There's just, that's what's so fun about Mario Kart, is you just have all these moments that happen in game, and you're like, oh, that was unexpected. So yeah, it's a great time. Come hang out. Right? Steel Stance Gaming's just smashing his keyboard and then yelling no. That's all Crawler all the way. So, well, didn't we have somebody leave their room? They were in voice chat. And they just left. So
that was Morris.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's always a good time. So twitch.tv/N64Josh, Mondays at 6, Fridays at 6. Jump in. I know right now with summertime it seems like everybody's a little bit more like busy, but once we get back into the fall and winter and stuff, we're gonna have some great time racing. I can't wait. So You can email us. Let's see, where'd it go? I had the email right here a second ago. Did it get deleted? What? Where's it at? NPC at n64josh.com. If you got, comments, questions, whatever, we'd love to we'd love to hear from you. Of course, get my book, Audible, n64josh.com/audible. And that's it. We love you guys. Bye.